So, how do you really build a brand new kind of company from scratch? I'm not just talking about a business plan. I mean, how do you build it around a core philosophy that dictates everything, from its legal paperwork to its day to day lab procedures? Well, today we're going to dig into the company's own internal documents to see exactly how TKR Research was built, piece by piece, from a blueprint into a reality. Okay, let's just jump right in with the company's official mandate, because this one sentence is the key to, well, everything. It's super ambitious, it's pretty intense, and it immediately makes you ask, what does it actually mean to apply the strict, precise rules of a science lab to the messy, chaotic world of digital security? Let's find out. All right, Section 1, the Architect's Blueprint. This is where we break down the core idea. And you got to understand, this is way more than just a mission statement. Think of it as the source code for the entire company, defining a totally new way of looking at security. So the central concept they have is this cyber-physical architect. The whole idea is that you simply cannot separate the software from the hardware it's running on. They argue that to truly secure any system, you have to understand the whole stack, from the literal physics of the silicon atoms storing the data, all the way up to the psychology of the person using the device. It's a radical approach. This is where it really clicks. On the left, you've got your standard cybersecurity pitch, focused on software, the cloud, company policies. But then look at the right. That's their blueprint in action. They're literally saying a tiny faulty capacitor on a circuit board is just as dangerous as a stolen password. That is a completely different ballgame. So you've got this incredibly powerful idea. But now what? How do you protect it? How do you build a company so that investors or partners can't just come in and water it down? Well, the answer, it turns out, is in the legal and financial foundation. And wow, the company's own annual resolution makes it crystal clear. This is not your typical startup. It is designed from the ground up for absolute, unchangeable founder control. Every major decision, from selling intellectual property to bringing on new partners, has to get the founder's sign-off. It's like legal armor, built to make sure that cyber-physical vision stays pure. And look, this isn't just some company that exists on paper. The official ledger shows it was capitalized, not just with cash, but with real-world, tangible assets. We're talking about heavy-duty servers, microscopes, and a whole inventory of lab equipment. The company's assets are just as physical as its philosophy. So what's the grand total? Over $20,000. Now, the key takeaway here isn't the number itself. It's what it represents. From day one, this wasn't just an idea floating around. It was a real, funded, and fully equipped company ready to go. Section 3. The physical reality. All right, now let's see how this all plays out in the real world, where that commitment to empirical rigor gets seriously put to the test. Right at the very heart of the company is a physical laboratory, codenamed Oasis. This is where the theory smacks into reality. It's a place where they can analyze hardware, test chemical purity, basically handle the kind of physical evidence a standard cybersecurity firm wouldn't even know how to touch. And this just perfectly shows the level of discipline they operate with. Their standard operating procedure for high-energy chemistry, it reads just like a pilot's pre-flight checklist. Before any experiment starts, there's this mandatory, super detailed inspection and assembly protocol. Every single step is designed to control risk and ensure precision. This quote, straight from their SOP, just drives home what's at stake. This is the physical in cyber-physical security. We're not talking about a line of bad code causing a computer to crash. We're talking about a tiny fracture in glass causing a lethal implosion. When the physical stakes are that high, your procedures have to be perfect. And this level of rigor extends to every single corner of the lab, even down to how they handled their waste. There's a strict, color-coded protocol that makes sure every type of waste is separated and handled the right way. This just goes to show that high assurance isn't just a buzzword for them, it's a deep-seated operational reality. Okay, so we've got the philosophy, the legal armor, and the physical lab. But how do you actually turn all of that into unique technology that you can protect and sell? Right? That is the key question. And lucky for us, the company's own internal patent review documents give us the answer. They lay out a whole plan to transform these abstract ideas into concrete, patentable inventions. So, the first innovation is a sensor network they call Helix. What makes it special is that every single sensor has its own unique cryptographic identity. Think of it like a digital fingerprint. It digitally signs every piece of data it sends out, which means you can be mathematically certain that the data is authentic and nobody's messed with it. The second big innovation is a multi-tiered AI safety system that's built for the real world. For low-risk stuff, the AI can do its thing. But as the risk level goes up, it requires a human to step in and approve, all the way up to needing multiple people to cryptographically sign off on a really high-risk action. It directly ties the AI's power to the potential consequences. And to top it all off, every single thing that happens, every sensor reading, every AI decision, every human approval, it all gets recorded in an immutable log. It's basically like a blockchain for the laboratory. It creates a tamper-proof black box record, which gives them a perfect, provable audit trail for everything. So we have the complete system, the philosophy, the lab, the IP. Now for the last piece of the puzzle. How is all of this actually presented to a client? We can find the answer right in the company's own master services agreement. You can see that the client contract is a direct reflection of the company's high-stakes, high-assurance reality. These clauses about things like forensic neutrality, liability, and the right to refuse hazardous materials, that's not just boring legal stuff. They are direct extensions of that core philosophy we started with. This clause here on forensic neutrality is absolutely critical. It establishes that what the company sells is objective, empirical truth. They're not selling a predetermined result that the client wants to hear. This legally protects their commitment to rigor and objectivity above all else. When you look at this entire journey, from a single, powerful mandate all the way to detailed legal clauses and patentable tech, what you see is a company that was built as a complete, coherent system. And it leaves us with a final, really interesting thought to chew on. In a world that's filled with abstract software and AI just generating endless noise, is this kind of intense, physical, and verifiable approach the only real future for trust?